Schoolhouse Intuitive here with a very exciting reading for the Libra Collective, all placements of Libra. And if you're a Leo or have any Leo placements, maybe you'll find something that resonates, as I'm going to be talking all about the Leo full moon happening today. So what does this mean for us? We're going to find out. This is a very fiery moon. We could find that we're feeling a surge of power. But we're going to dive into this moon cycle, and we're going to just remember as we do that the two cards for Leo are the Strength card and the Sun card in the major arcana. So something to consider is maybe you want to think about what does strength mean to you, and what brings sun and life to your life. You know, what gives you power, strength? Where do you feel most valued? These are all things I think that Leo season is going to bring, and it starts off with this new moon. So I feel for a lot of us, it's really a time to consider, what do we want to create? What brings us joy? What makes us feel celebrated? What like with the Sun card, what wakes up that playful side of us? Again, that Sun card. And of course, Strength card being your power and your courage and your inner strength and compassion and self-respect and all that. So there's a lot to cover. And as anytime we're talking about big cats or cats in general, I always think to remind you, please use your intuition and with anything, not just in these readings. So the Libra new moon, well, it's a Leo new moon, but for Libra, it could be a really powerful catalyst for self-expression, transformation. This is about breaking free from self-doubt and stepping into your most authentic self, okay? So we will talk about, what you may be starting. Well, first, right off the bat, we have indecision here. Funny, Libra, there's one of our cards in this Sun Oracle. I'm going to use the Sun Oracle. I'm going to use the Oracle of the Radiant Sun. This is what this one is. Sun and Moon decks, tarot decks, all kinds of decks, okay? Animal cards, all that. You know me, and I love to incorporate a lot of different cards. And thanks to your generous donations, I'm able to keep bringing new decks to the table. So that's what we have. Card 7, indecision. What are we deciding? Okay. We also have protection, and I love it. We have a tiger on this card. So big cat energy there. Using your power and doing so gracefully too, not having to be that ferocious, like fierce, forceful, right? That's not what the Strength card's about, right? And so funny, I knew to use this deck today because I was flipping through different decks, like what feels right. And I saw the beautiful Strength card in this when it came out. So that was how we chose this one. We'll talk about the other decks I'm using in a moment. All right, so you have protection here. Aries energy, that's a fire sign. So already we have 7, 1, and now we have 11, which is, so you have 7, 1, 1, 1. So manifestation. Now, Libra is the 7th sign in the zodiac. So there's our 7, and it says Libra right on there. And then we have 1, 1, 1 with these two cards. And I feel that has to do with manifestation. Like, what are you creating? Leos are all about that creativity, that taking the action, bold steps, all that, taking initiative. So you're really using their power, right? You have card 11, and this is Aquarius energy, and it says idealism. Okay, let's see what else we get. Another card from the top. Discovery, Sagittarius energy, more fiery energy. Here we have, so that's what we have there. Okay, let's see what else we get. We're going to use some Moonology cards because it is in fact a new moon. All right, Libra. A time for healing. Maybe you're trying to decide if you should try to heal something too. That can be part of it for some of you. Time for healing. Balsamic moon. You could, someone could be deciding too, or thinking about if they want to try to heal something with you. It could be that you're having to make some tough decisions, or just make decisions that are better suited for you and what you need as far as your healing journey. I feel we're all on a healing journey. Bring love into the situation. New moon in Aquarius. It's our second Aquarius card coming in. Bring love into the situation. Again, it makes me think of the Strength card, right? That compassion, even when it's tough. Let's see what else we have. This is not just some love reading, okay? I don't do that. I do a variety. It's mostly about personal development. So let's see what else we get. Communication is key. New moon in Gemini. Communicating your needs, maybe. Oh my goodness. Bottom of the deck, you have a personal issue reaches resolution. And the reason I'm laughing, oh my goodness, Leo, look, I mean, Libra, look, you have new moon in Leo, and it's a new moon in Leo reading. I could not be happier right now. So confidence is your key to success as far as maybe a personal issue reaching a resolution. So we actually, yeah, we had new moon in Cancer, we had new moon in Cancer, and then we had a full moon in Capricorn. Now we have a new moon in Leo. And it's interesting that, we just ended Cancer season. I'm recording this in Cancer season for the Leo new moon, and here they are both represented. And why I laughed though, Libra, is because during your 2025 yearly forecast, that's the card you had, a personal issue reaches resolution. And then, yeah, confidence is key to success. In this reading, we're going to go over, some new moon rituals based on this Leo energy, crystals you can use, things you could consider, and we'll understand better, just like how to harness the energy, manifest your dreams, that sort of thing. We'll talk about blocks too, maybe what could be in the way. All right. And, Leo energy is about confidence, leadership, shining our light, right? So yes, I'm not at all surprised to see confidence coming in as being critical at this time. Let's dive into some tarot together. We're going to use the Marchetti Tarot by Ciro Marchetti. All right, and there's the box. And I found it at www.ciromarchetti.com. I think it's a special deck. I don't know, but it has the beautiful magenta or whatever color you'd call that, fuchsia edges. And I don't use it a lot because it is, one of my collectibles. It's not a deck you'll see everywhere. So what do we have for the Libra Collective? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node, any placement. These messages could pertain to any area of your life. Fortune, career, projects you're working on, personal, spiritual development, love, career. I already said career, sorry. You have coins here. Knight of Coins. I just saw coins. You have the Knight of Coins. This is about steady progress. It's not necessarily the fastest card in the deck, but it's stable. It's dependability, reliability. So that could be that maybe healing something has been a little slower than you wanted. It might feel like things are taking a while. Well, what do we have? We have the Nine of Swords. Oh, I'm sorry. It's a nightmare card. That's the nightmare card. And it's like, it can also help us identify patterns that are just not helping us, that are making us, again, like have sleepless nights and nightmares all around. It's indecision too, I feel, because of the indecision card and this protection card in the bringing love into the situation. I feel it could be communication or a relationship or even a lack of a relationship or old hurts. We are in a Mercury retrograde again. It's just that stuff can sometimes come to the surface, like old wounds coming in. But remember, this new moon is a powerful time for fresh starts, okay? It's about embracing what's right for you and what's not just ideal to others, right? You have idealism there, but what is actually truly going to make you feel most alive, where you're feeling most lit, Let's see what else we have for the Libra Collective. Underneath, communication is key, and that idealism card. And sometimes what's good for the group isn't necessarily good for you or for each person, right? It's not always what's good for the individual, what might be good for the group. So sometimes we do have to separate ourselves a bit and really communicate our needs, because it's important to not just go along. I mean, yeah, Leos, are usually leaders, and the ones I know anyway, and they're yeah. So anyway, all right. And we have the Six of Coins. Okay. So give and take. To sum it up, this is like a card of give and take efforts. This is about not just giving, but needing to receive too. Maybe you are receiving help. Maybe you're hoping to. This is a return on investments. Again, it's important to communicate what you need. Bottom of the deck, we have the Lovers card, Gemini energy. This is a card of alignment. partnership, harmony, choices, trust. Yes, relationships, love, possibly. But for some of you, I'm actually getting that maybe you've been dancing around a particular issue, a topic that needs to be addressed. It maybe need to be, we're going to look into what we need to surrender to and if we have any blocks and things. We will look into that in this reading. Okay. This is about, another thing with so like Libra, even though it's a Leo new moon, Libra brings balance and harmony to the Leo fiery energy, right? So the new moon's a chance to find that equilibrium. I've been talking about like homeostasis even. So it's between our individual passions and our relationships. So then you have this card. I feel like that could be what you're balancing. But this is definitely, I know this is a time for wild transformation for those of us, if that's what you want. But one key is the confidence piece. We have to believe in ourselves. That's like a standalone message. So yeah, collaborating, Libra, but seeking inspiration, Leo, the balance of it all. Okay, there it is. You have Ace of Swords. So you are going to get some clarity here in the midst of all this indecision and feeling almost, for some, I am feeling as though you're feeling maybe like forgotten or left out too. I don't know. I'm just getting that with that Nine of Swords. And yeah, it's never too late to take the lead too, or to do something you've been wanting to do. So Ace of Swords, there's a beautiful dragonfly, shine your light, dandelion seeds pods here, make a wish. All right, this is a breakthrough for you. This is a time of roaring transformation. It is. This can also have to do with, using that intellect of yours. Maybe you're actually, your communication is like coming through clearer from your guides or from source, or you're better able to fix things and communicate things. So the Ace of Swords, whenever I see the swords, especially if it's like a court card, like a queen or a king, not really the knight or the page, but definitely with the queen and the king, and definitely with the Ace of Swords, it's remembering there's that double-edged sword, right? So while there's a breakthrough, part of that could be balancing the fact that, what, if I want this major transformation, this other thing might need to go, or it needs to be better balanced at the very least, because one area is going to affect everything. So that could be part of this breakthrough. What else do we have? Like something might look good on paper, but it may not be fulfilling. All right. It just might not be. So that's just part of, we need to embrace our individuality. Okay. We need to express our unique talents, step into the leadership roles, share your gifts. It's never been more important to live with passion, authenticity, purpose, and just like let your radiance shine, illuminate the world. And it doesn't have to be like you're trying to go out and change the world. It's like it starts within, right? You have the Seven of Swords. This card keeps showing up, and I'm getting a little sick of it. No, but the Seven of Swords is like, lately it has felt like, are we running away from our problems? Are we deceiving ourselves? Making sure we're not betraying ourselves or allowing ourselves to be tricked in some way. And when I see this clarifying the Nine of Swords, it's like, ouch, get out of your head, right? There's something here that's like, I don't know if you're being too hard on yourselves or what, because we have a time for healing here, protection. Like sometimes we need to protect ourselves from ourselves. So for some of you, you're breaking old patterns. You're, changing harmful people, places, things, and thought patterns. It's so important to boost yourself up. Like, look in the mirror, tell yourself how great you are sometimes, right? Like that's like a Leo thing, it's time for you to be more like, again, not just like confident, but it's kind of like, I don't know, being your own number one source of inspiration too. Okay. So part of that, because I feel like a lot of people were looking outward for solutions that reside inwardly. Okay. So we're getting because we keep getting like Hermit card too a lot. All right. So you have Eight of Wands. So communication is key. And once some sort of balance is restored, a right is wronged, that sort of thing, because I definitely feel that with the six of coins and the communication card and the idealism, all that is giving me sort of almost like justice vibes. But then I feel like then the energy is free to move. There's a lot of momentum that can now come. This is a card of action, rapid action sometimes, quick decisions, news arrives. This could be also about travel. There could be a lot of information coming at us too, and some of it could be quite distressing. Unfortunately, I do not want to deliver that message, but that's what I'm getting. I am, as I do with all my readings, I'm filming it a week ahead so that you always have your readings no matter what happens in my life or technology or whatever's going on in the world, right? But I will say there could be news that I'm not talking about, that, and I don't generally go into politics and stuff like that here, but for a long time I've been getting actually, specifically, I was getting June 24th, but for a long time, I've been getting late July, late July. Something's going to go down. Something's going on. I don't know if it's good. I don't know what, but I know it's intense. And I know, and then I realized just last month, I was like, oh, wait a minute. They gave me July 24th, my guides. Finally, I had more of like an actual date. And unfortunately, I realized, oh, it's actually on that fiery Leo new moon. So we're going to all see what goes on. I feel, as I've been saying too, that, we've been getting a ton of solar flares and things too. And, depending on what your beliefs are, that has maybe, at least contributed to some of the eruptions and things going on Earth, on Earth. And so there's just this, like, I feel it's like a release of energy just overall. I mean, even the sun is doing it. And like Leo, again, is one of the cards in tarot, is the sun card. And it's like, just as much as like the planet's purging, it feels as though we're just going through all of these changes and we're all going through them, right? Because we are all connected. Anyway, oh yeah, there's a lot going on. Then we have the Nine of Cups. Yeah, another card that's been showing up a lot on this channel and my other channel. Nine of Cups. This is wish fulfillment. I feel bad though, because this dog, like, does that dog look super happy? Not really. But, I feel like this is a message for us, telling us that, again, what makes you happy may not make somebody else happy, but that doesn't matter. It's about your personal wish fulfillment, your dreams, your desires. What makes you feel abundant? What makes you feel good? Your enjoyment. Not just about what society tells us, right? I feel like when you realize that, which a lot of you, I'm sure you do, because you're probably, you have all this wisdom, right? But it's again, it's like, because it's on top of that Lover's card too, it's like, it is all about alignment. And I think a lot of you probably have reached a place in your life, as I have, that it's so much less about making other people happy and fitting in. The older you get, the more you realize that none of that matters. And it's about, like that discovery of yourself and of, what you want around you, who you want around you. And maybe you want to go places and you want adventure. And I feel like there's definitely, actually, some of you may be traveling to be near water. I do feel that now, just based on these cards, the personal issue and the discovery, I'm just feeling that. But yeah, again, it's about aligning to your heart's desire. That's a big part of this. Okay. What else do we have for the lovely Libra collective? Or maybe you're Leo, like I said. If you are, happy birthday. By the way, I have done a next 6-week series for each zodiac sign. Libra, yours is being posted tomorrow. So you're the last sign. Everybody else's will be up. They're already up. So whatever sign you are, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, whatever you like to check, go over to Mantic Mystic Messages. And you'll see that you each have a video there. And they're shorter than these. They're not as long as these. Okay, so I know I like to always check out my rising sign and my moon too, personally. Okay, you have the Page of Wands. There's your inspiration. Right? A little creativity here. All right. Yeah, it's kind of like, the message I'm getting with this is, if you're undecided and if a couple of different things are like, yeah, if you have a couple of different choices, you could go this way or that way, and you're really not sure, go with your heart. Just go. What makes you feel fulfilled, passionate? This is about also, it's just that excitement, that freedom. This is leadership. It's taking a small, bold step, right? One small, bold step. Wow, did you see how that moved? I mean, it really moved. I've seen some things at this table. We all have here, right? It can, there's also a reminder too here, folks. Watch out for overindulging, okay? I'm not an astrologer, but as you can tell by how I talk and what I bring up, I have a huge interest in astrology, and I'm learning. It's like a lifelong thing to learn, but I just kind of started really trying to learn a little more. And if your Jupiter is in Cancer, because now it went from Gemini to Cancer, if your Jupiter is in Cancer, we have to be very careful. Like, yeah, Jupiter wants to bring us all these great things and everything, but it can also be overindulging. We can also be overindulging on the finer things in life and what brings us joy. And some people actually, I mean, they have to like watch their weight during Jupiter because it's tempting to overindulge. And so just be mindful though of overindulging, because it looks almost like this dog has had a little too much ball, maybe not enough water, right? It's like, so just take that for what it is. Of course, you have free will, final say, your intuition knows best, of course. Check out the disclaimer if you would. Thanks. Whoa, what do we have? All right. Thank you to my members, subscribers. Appreciate you. All the nice comments and donations you've made too. Thank you so very much. Let's see. What do we have? What do we have? I'm getting a name. It's like Liza. Liza? That's what I heard. I mean, it could be Liza, but I'm getting Liza. It makes me think of like Riza. I don't know. All right. Oh, I accidentally flipped all these over. And when I did, we saw the Emperor. So, all right. So let me straighten out this deck. There's the Emperor right there. Okay. Emperor. Okay. So you actually, what you had ahead of time, well, before that was the Two of Cups. What are you partnering with? Again, it has to feel right. It can't just look right on paper. That idealism, it can't just be like, oh, well, what's ideal for so-and-so? What's ideal for you? No. What feels good for you, Libra collective? What feels good for you? What's going to be most healing for you? There has to be mutual attraction here with whatever this is. It has to be a good connection on both ends. An ideal partnership, well, who's it ideal for? So, yeah, this can also be a good partnership coming in as far as creation. It could create something really good. So you have something else. That's something else positive coming in. Let me take a look at this. Protection, bringing love into the situation. Yeah, again, it's like the Lover's card and the Two of Cups, they're very similar. They're not exactly the same, but they are similar. Yeah, we have soulmate energy possibly, but I also have like, don't overthink it. If you have to overthink it or wonder if this is a relationship or even a prospective employer, if you have to sit around and wonder, like, they're probably not interested. Like, if if they're not getting back to you, I'm not saying they're not interested if it's like a job thing, but if it's like a relationship, that's not a great sign. Like, they're communicating by not communicating, right? So it shouldn't be, yes, I understand relationships take work, but you shouldn't always be like left unread, right? It shouldn't be like that. Oh, and then we have the Emperor. Yeah. This is somebody who's got their ish together, right? This is a bold entrepreneur. This is someone who has all the power and skills, talents, abilities of like all four kings. So it's kind of magician in a way, because you have all the resources there to manifest the life you want. But this is about, having to have some sort of strategic plan maybe. And the plan could be, hey, let's try this and see where it takes us. That could be that much of a plan, because I like the Queen of Wands energy myself. And again, very fiery energy, Aries energy on this card. And Queen of Wands is also, Leo, Sag, Aries. I just say it's all the fire signs, even though an astrologer or somebody might say, no, it's not. It's just one. But anyway, yeah, this is like being in control, right? This is that passion. Then, the Emperor does have a plan, but like the Queen of Wands, they don't. But I always say nothing stops them. They're just like, I don't know necessarily. The whole point of it's kind of the Queen of Wands is that it's that passion that's fueling their actions, and it's not necessarily a plan. But what we're getting right now is it would probably go a little better if you did have a plan. That's what we're getting here. And also a little energy. Actually, I'm hearing something about diagram. So maybe writing a business plan doesn't work great for you. So maybe do it in your own creative way. That's what Leo season's all about. We're kicking off Leo season with this with this fiery new moon. And it's about, again, creation, discovery, exploration, add some color to your life, you know. Let's see what we have for you. Oh, okay then. Four of Cups. This is another one who keeps coming up. And I always want to do the voice like, I've had 3 cups and none of them are fulfilling. Like, yeah. Well, guess what? There's another cup here. So you decide, though, if that's what if it's worth discovering. Maybe right now you don't have the energy for something, but you're like, okay, I'll just like keep that in mind. So it's totally your call. Someone you're dealing with, though, you could be dealing with I'm going to flat out tell you, it could be like crybaby energy. I just feel that. I don't know why. I feel like it's somebody in your environment. It could be younger male, or you're the younger male, but it's, because energy can always be, roles can be reversed. But yeah, it feels kind of like, maybe you're feeling bored, discontented, rejected, unsatisfied, withdrawn. It's time to do something about it then, isn't it? That could be what reaches a resolution. You decide what you want in that Ace of Cups. Because really what they have in hand is they have an Ace of Cups. It just kind of comes out of nowhere. So this could happen. Again, like I said, this is a time of really like wild transformation. And some of it can be scary. It is not a time to be rigid. It's a time to be flexible, right? Definitely a time to be flexible and to be open to what the universe wants to deliver. And the universe, like, I feel like wants to. We have to call upon our guides too. They don't always intervene unless we directly ask certain ones. So, but it's a time to, like really be open to all the assistance that you could possibly get too. Whether it's divine assistance or in your community, or, let people help you. Sometimes Libras, we don't do that. We don't let people help us. And I know I have a lot of Cancerian suns or rising or moon even in this community here. And I feel like oh my gosh. And speaking of which, there's the Queen of Cups right there. And we are not good. I'm a Cancer rising. We are not good at letting people help us. We're usually the moms or whatever, whether you're a mom to children or not. It's like we're the ones like nurturing. And then you have this Queen of Cups, like I said, a very compassionate energy. Generally it's like, the thing with a queen though is you don't get to be a queen by letting people walk all over you. Yeah, you have to be comfortable. It's fine to be nurturing and to help others heal and to be supportive and compassionate. But I have learned the hard way that we cannot be overextending ourselves to help others at the risk of losing ourselves. Okay, I've done it in relationships, professional and personal, and it doesn't, like, I keep getting this message for us, Libra. Do not bend to the point of breaking. Yes, we want to be flexible. Yes, we want to help. We want to serve. We want to all that. But you have to take care of yourself first and foremost. And self-care is not selfish. It's just smart. It's like, in a way, it's selfless, because the more you take care of yourself, the better able you are to help others, right? So there's another way to look at it if you're having a really hard time getting out of that, like putting others before yourself. That's great. That's an admirable quality, but we don't want to burn ourselves out. You also have the King of Wands. Oh my goodness, I didn't even realize it. So that's what you have in the upright here. All right. So it's like, there we go. You've got the balance of the water and the fire. Mm-hmm. And it's bold leader. But the Queen of Wands, yeah, like they're not going to get swept away by emotion. The King of Wands is very passionate and uses that emotion that to fuel his desires, to motivate. So that's great. We can use our emotions and things to motivate us, to even help motivate others. Our passion. If you're passionate, like I'm very passionate about delivering these messages. Great, right? But at the same time, yeah, I have to keep my own emotions in check. And so there's kind of like, it's like being really passionate about what you're doing, because it's coming from a good place, right? It's coming from the heart. Maybe for some of you, it's intuitive work too, or helping heal others on their spiritual journey in some way or something. But maybe you're making a business out of that. That can be the Queen of Cups and the King of Wands together. And it wouldn't matter to me if it's King of Cups, Queen of Wands. That wouldn't matter. It's either way. It's like, I look at them as pretty similar. The kings and the queens, pretty similar. Yeah, this is really good though. I like that you have the King of Wands clarifying the Emperor. Actually, what do you have here? You have, oh, okay, I moved one over. All right, so we actually have the Queen of Cups on top of that Page of Wands, on top of that Ace of Swords. Okay, so getting the clarity, and again, it's like, let your heart guide you. That's what we have to do. That's amazing because that's Leo energy, living from the heart. Two of Cups, King of Wands. You could have actually a fiery connection coming in. Ooh, Libra. All right, clarifying the Emperor. What do we have? What do we have? You have, oh, wow. Okay, the King of Swords. Yeah, the King of Swords is just going to help that Emperor ignite whatever they want to even more. There's, like I said, this is a burst of energy that we're getting with this new moon in Leo. It's a surge for sure. So I'm not surprised that we've had like major solar flares and things like that happening. So we have a truth here, authority, strategic thought, again, balanced. Okay, there's definitely a message of balancing out everything, because we can't, again, it's like we can't give too much, but then we don't want to extinguish that part of ourselves completely. It's all about the balance of individuality versus, still being part of a community, conforming sometimes, but then also being, authentically true to you. And it's a balancing act. Isn't life a balancing act? And oh my goodness, this is the final card for the tarot part, and it's strength. It's incredible. I mean, you cannot make this up. I love it. Love it so much. That's the card that made me choose this deck, because this is the card that showed itself, revealed itself. Strength card coming in. Your power. Where does your true sense of power come from? When do you feel strongest? Around who? Where? Doing what? Think of the same as far as the sun too. What makes you feel most celebrated, most vital, most successful, most joyous? I want us to meditate into, or at least to have those thoughts and questions about the strength card. And let's pull the sun card. Because it's the Leo New Moon. So that's like one there. Ooh, wow, look at this sun card. Okay. Look at that. I mean, like, I don't need to say anything with that, but yeah. So here are two major arcana cards for Leo energy, Leo New Moon. And not having to self-sacrifice either. That's a big message here. Okay, so I want to talk about some ideas for like Leo New Moon rituals. So like rituals for manifesting your dreams. So of course you could, create a vision board or some sort of like even, collage or whatever, painting, whatever works for you, reflecting on your goals and wishes, something visual or something like hands-on, tactile, right? Or something even that's involving movement in some way. So you could also add some bold color to your life, like through your clothing, accessories, even a new colored ink that you're using on your pens, just whatever. Buy a new planner that's colorful. I don't know. Do people still buy those? I do, but so add colorful foods to your plate, or get colorful dishes. Maybe some of you are doing that. Get colorful eyewear, just whatever it is. You want to update your look. You could also, again, like I said, meditate on the sun card and the strength card, and what feelings and images come to mind. How can you utilize that insight to create, expand, experience more joy? Think of what brings you joy, what brings you strength. Like recall specific examples of what made you feel happy, successful, strong. Be the proud lion, a lioness. You could write down your affirmations about creative potential or unique abilities. You could engage in activities that spark joy, boost energy, boost confidence, ignite your imagination. Dancing, painting, cooking, writing, being around cats. Like, it's big cat energy time. You could literally bathe in the new moon energy by taking a bath and imagining your dream life coming to reality. And let me look something up. Um, I have this little guide that tells me about essential oils, and I'm thinking you could, if you know, and I'm not a, this is not medical advice. This is like, if you're into oils, great. If you feel like you want to boost your sacral chakra, which is about, you know, your soul fire, your authentic creation, which would be totally tied to Leo, sexuality too. You could use essential oils like black pepper, orange, tangerine, you know, the orange ones, or the spicy ones like cinnamon, cardamom, cypress too. Okay. And if you want to increase your solar plexus energy, right? Solar sun, having to do with your power, your self-worth, your self-confidence, you could invite, I would say, like things that are yellow or gold, right? Yellow or gold, like this. So you could do, you know, amber, you could do citrine, comes to mind, golden topaz, sunstone. I brought my sunstone out. Citrine, I said, yellow calcite, yellow fluorite, all the yellows, right? Honey calcite, fire agate actually is a good one too. I didn't mention that, but that would be good. Or fire quartz, or um, there's another name for it. It's not hematite. That's different. But anyway, yeah, that's like reddish orange. But for oils for the solar plexus, it could be bergamot, clove, ginger, grapefruit, juniper berry, wintergreen. There's all these different things. And some of the information I got came from this little essentially chakra book I have in my office here. And it's an everyday guide to balancing your chakra centers using essential oils. And it is by essentialeducators.com. Okay, there's the info for that. So it made me think, oh, I should pull that out, because that's something I've used with clients before. I've done aromatherapy work and crystal work with people through Reiki and other ways. So anyway, those are just whatever you choose, though, just make sure you're doing so with authenticity. In that, whatever you choose, remember to ground yourself, do your breath work, do whatever you need to do, but set clear intentions and then express gratitude. Okay. And ask for like the cleansing, the protection energy too. So, because this is definitely a time though, to again, embrace your spirituality, express your unique talents, step into bold leadership roles, live from the heart, right? Living your truth. Let's see what else we have. How else can we manifest our dreams and make the most of harnessing this Leo new moon energy? Can you tell I am so excited for this Leo new moon? I don't know why. I just am. I just know that it's a change in energy. I realize that it's not all sunshine, right? It's not all going to be all sunshine. It's going to take strength for a lot of us. We got to get through this time. It is not exactly an easy time for the planet. But, you know, I'm here. I'm trying to, you know, be strong and make my own joy in life. And I'm assuming that's what a lot of you are doing. So thank you again for being such an important part of this community. You have more Aquarius energy. Open up to change. Yeah. Like I said, we're going to have to be flexible, right? Definitely. And this says new moon in Aquarius. Yeah. So more new moon energy. What else do we have? I'm definitely finding myself like going with the flow more. And if something's like, if I have good intentions with something, I'm just kind of going for it. Like maybe it's, you know, like I did a bonus reading not that long ago. And actually, I think Strength card came in and was right on the thumbnail. And it was like just on a Friday night, I felt it and I went with it. And it was good. People were also in a similar energy. So it's like ways of connecting where you feel comfortable. That could be something helpful for you too. Ways you can be sort of like safely courageous still, you know? So know your worth, new moon in Taurus, all this new moon energy, beginnings, you know, generally with the full moon, things come to a completion, end of a cycle, a release. And for the new moon, it's thinking about what do you want in this new cycle, this new moon cycle? What brings you joy? Live in that energy, bask in it as though you already have it, feel it, and then go from there. Let that build momentum. Yeah, take inspired action. Full moon in Virgo. Virgo will be next, our next season. What else do we have for Libra? Release control, first quarter moon in Taurus. These are all like helpful tips. So know your worth, open up to change, take inspired action, release control, release your blocks. We're going to get into what some things that could be blocking us too, by the way. And reflect on your priorities. Yeah, what makes you happy? What's going to make you happy? What floats your boat? What gets you excited? And maybe it's time to explore that. Let's see what we need to surrender to. Good deck for that. Power of surrender. All the decks I use are down below. Hey, if you enjoy this reading and you've made it 40 minutes in, would you please do me a favor? Totally free for you, helps the channel a lot. Please do like the video and leave a nice comment. Just a quick thumbs up. That would be great. It means something. You liked something here. Didn't have to enjoy the, didn't have to agree with every word that falls out of my face, but it's nice to know you resonated with something. And also consider subscribing too. All right, surrender your need to always be right. Give others the gift of letting them be right. Be yielding, not rigid. This will help resolve conflicts and improve your relationships. Auburn, reddish, dark red hair here. Maybe that somehow resonates for you. I'm just picking up on that. Don't know why. It could be specific for someone. But yeah, and when I looked at the timer, it was 4111. So again, it's like creating, manifesting. I mean, this is definitely, again, new moon energy manifestation. Let's get out the 111 card. That's a number that I've been seeing. I've been seeing 1111, 111 a lot. There it is. So sign of manifestation. Keep positive as thoughts manifest quickly. Excellent time to be manifesting. I know we overuse that word in the spiritual community, but all right. What else do we have? Now, this is advice. You take it or leave it. Again, when I see like surrender your need to always be right, I think of the strength card. Actually, it's like, I'm not going to force this here. Like, I'll let them realize that the result of their own actions on their own. I don't need to like force my point on them. Like, either they're going to get it or they're not. It's part of that like release control, right? And be confident knowing you've done the right thing in a certain relationship. Okay, you did what you could. And sometimes you have to see what's going to happen. Surrender to inner peace. Yeah, cultivate inner peace on a daily basis. In quiet meditative moments, focus on the stillness within and enjoy your inner refuge. Others will feel your good vibes too, and your life will flow more easily. It's so interesting to me because I feel that the strength card is so connected. If you read them, it's so connected to the surrender, the need to always be right. That strength card. This is like having compassion that you can only meet someone where they meet themselves, right? So maybe you're the older person or the wiser person or the bigger person, whatever you want to call it. And then when I see the sun, when I see this surrender to inner peace, it actually makes me think of the sun card. So I find this it's fascinating to me. I love doing these readings. I mean, this is a real thing. This is real. I don't make these messages up. They come through as I'm doing the reading. It's not planned, So it shows that we are not alone. We are connected to the divine. We're connected to each other. And I feel like we can have a positive impact. We can't control everything, but we can have a positive impact. Surrender to trust. Trust yourself and your decisions. Don't be swayed by other people's strong opinions about what to do. Take action and be confident. You've chosen the right path. My goodness, this is exactly, hello. That's what it is. That's the whole reading. You've had other cards that totally say this. Now you're circling around. Yep. Source is like, all right, I've already told you. Okay, also, now because of someone's very generous donation to my channel through the Square Link app, super thanks are also helpful. Thank you. I was able to get the Stacey DeMarco Queen of the Sun Oracle, and I'm actually going to get us a card. Whoa, okay then. We have 2 cards. We actually have a 3rd card. So here it is. All right, you have wealth, desire, and boundaries. Oh, wow. Okay, so again, what is going to make you feel fulfilled? You may need to develop some boundaries in order to get there. So let's just see, though. I'm going to have to paraphrase since 3 cards came out. I will paraphrase these. So card 5, card 39, card 28. So first, card 5, having to do with desire. I'm not going to read the whole thing. All right. Know your values and what you want. Answer your yearning. Be patient and consistent if it is a big project. Jealousy is an indication of what precisely we desire for ourselves. Used this way, It can be a positive and useful emotion. I know what I desire is the affirmation or the mantra here. Okay. And then you have card 28, wealth. Wealth is not just about money and finances, although this is important. It's also about the richness of life, the fertility of ideas, and the prosperity of the joys in our life. Justice will be done. You may consider saying, I am abundant and attract what I need. Very beautiful. And next, third one we have, the reason I'm not reading it all is look how much there is. That's why. So, eclipse boundaries. We must all develop boundaries that protect our own sacred self. Those without boundaries live lives dictated by others. Focus on your future. Reassess your current situation carefully. Transformation is part of growth. A mantra could be, I am sacred and use good boundaries to protect myself. That is wonderful. Okay, now I'm going to do something. You already have a number card, 111. I do want to do something a little different. I thought of this right before the reading, and I'm going to go with it. I know a lot of you are animal lovers the way I am. And this deck has, this is the Power Animals deck by Britta Bowman. And it has, how many cards? 68. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to literally go through the alphabet. Okay. I'm going to go through the alphabet and I'm going to pull an animal card and it's going to have a message. Use your initials, the initials of your name. So, for example, if your name's like Violet Marie Shea, VMS. Whatever I say for V, that's a message for you. Whatever I say for M, that's a message. Whatever I say for S, that's initials. So use your initials to connect with these cards. Okay, that's the intention I'm infusing into this deck right now. All right. So let's see this. We'll try it. If you like it, I'll continue with it. Let me know if you like it by just saying, loved it, loved the animal part or the initials or whatever. If you have initials like 3 Bs, Betty Bob Boyton, I don't know, then, use maybe your birth date for some of it, like whatever card I chose, 10th, if it's your birthday is like 10, 12, whatever card I chose, 10 and 12, and then the letter B. Okay, so something along those lines. All right, let's see what we have. And if you're Betty Bob Boyton and you're born on 222, I don't know what to tell you. Sorry, Betty. I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't know. That would be crazy. That'd be awesome. But like, wow, I guess you're really meant to have that one message. Okay, so still shuffling. For the group, though, we have leopard. Embrace your wild, confident nature and conquer in terrain with elegance and courage. Hello, Leo, right? Hello, Leo New Moon. All right, so let's go through this. Let's do it. I'm already shuffling the cards. Oh, wow. All right, one more bonus message. Crocodile. The most profound transformations often occur in stillness and quiet moments. Have patience. Another thing, too, I'm a Ted Andrews fan, and Mr. Ted Andrews says with crocodile, boundaries, okay? Boundaries. All right, so A, if you have the initial A in your name. Or you can even spell your whole name, right? Like if you're Anna, you could do A-N-A or A-N-A, whatever, So you could do that, too. However you want to do this, all right? You can do it for somebody else you care about, too. All right. Oh my gosh. Okay. Owl. A. All right. Trust in the protective forces that surround you. Wealth and prosperity is returning to you. That's A. B. Dog. Your loyalty and love are your greatest gifts. You are a true guardian of the heart. C. Emu. Move forward even if you don't see the way. It will open when you set things in motion. I want to remind you, too, of your bonus Libra reading tomorrow, okay, on Mantic Mystic, tomorrow afternoon. All right, that's C. D. Koala. Let your heart remain rooted in stillness and inner peace. The solution is in progress. E. Panda. With your positive attitude, you can unlock an inner and outer peaceful sanctuary. F. Wolf. Loyalty is the silent strength that speaks volumes through actions. Your heart knows who to trust. That's F. G. Puffin. The fresh beginning you prayed for is here. Embrace new opportunities with an open heart. That's G. H. Seal. Live with a sense of wonder and play, savoring the simple pleasures that bring you joy. That's H. I. Pig. Give freely from your heart and share your blessings with others. You're a true giver. I. J. Donkey. Find fulfillment and meaning in the simplest but most essential acts of contribution. It's J. K. Cockatoo. Your unique voice and lively energy are your greatest assets. Your zest for life lights up the world. That's K. L. Tortoise. Slow down. Life may not be a constant race, or it need not be a constant race. The greatest lessons are often found in the pause. That's L. M. M. Rooster. Remain loyal to your principles, uphold honesty, and stand as a protector against negativity. That's M. N. Komodo dragon. Forge ahead with patience and calculated precision. You are destined to win. N. O. Raccoon. Oh, raccoon. Reminds me of my days of teaching. With determination and resourcefulness, you can now create your dream scenario. Raccoon. O. P. Fox. Intelligence and joy can coexist. Navigate challenges with wit and a twinkle in your eye. That was P. Q. Lynx. Life's mysteries may be veiled, but your inner wisdom is your torch. You'll see the truth. R. Elephant. Self-care is a journey of self-love. Prioritize it, and you'll find strength and tranquility in each step. That's R. S. Otter. Aw. Let go of stress and worry. All is given to you in a divine flow if you'll allow it to come to you. That's S. T. Stag. You are connected to the ancient cycles of life, and it is safe to shed the old version of yourself. Q. Wait a minute. S-T. Did I? Q-R-S-T. Oh my gosh. Okay. I meant U. Sorry. I know the alphabet, I swear. All right. U. I thought I skipped Q. Anyway, yeah. Polar bear. Your waiting is finally over, and life will soon reward you for staying focused and alert. That's U. V. Pelican. Open your heart to the blessings of life and welcome the flow of prosperity with gratitude. That's V. W. Sea lion. Practice the art of going with the flow and don't forget to celebrate life's many moments of joy. Did I say that? Okay, V, W, U, V, W. Now X, Y, Z. Okay, X. Horse. Embrace your untamed spirit and find liberation in your journey. Freedom isn't just a destination. Y. Lion. Lead with your heart, protect what matters, and fearlessly pursue your noble purpose. I want to point out we have lion showing up 3 times now in a new moon in Leo reading. Lion, lion, lion. And Z. And then I'm pulling an extra if I forgot anyone. Z. Cheetah. Use a combination of speed and adaptability in this situation. You'll be unstoppable. And if I forgot anyone or you just want a bonus card, dolphin. Find wisdom in moments of fun and laughter. Take time out to have fun and just go with the flow. Thank you so much for being here. Please do like, subscribe, become a member, leave a comment. I appreciate you all so much. Happy new moon in Leo, Libra.